Thanks for watching Visual Studio 2012 Essential Training. Now that you've learned about the core features of Visual Studio, you are ready to start writing code for your dream project. Visual Studio is a powerful tool and has many features not included in this series. That gives you a great opportunity to dig in and continue learning. Here are a few areas you might want to explore. Visual Studio contains many first-rate testing tools. The most prevalent testing for frontline developers is unit testing. Visual Studio provides the Microsoft test environment for running these essential tests. Code coverage data is used to determine how effectively your tests exercise the code in your application. Finally, there are some performance testing tools available in certain versions of Visual Studio. For the testers in your group, there is a separate Visual Studio Tester Edition. It provides broad testing tools to enable manual, exploratory, and scripted testing of software, as well as a powerful lab management system for configuring and managing test environments. Team Foundation Server is a powerful backend server that provides critical services for development teams. TFS contains a bug tracking tool that is tightly integrated with your source code and work items. It has a source control provider that is easy to incorporate into a copy of Visual Studio. You can configure TFS to automatically build your product with every source code check-in or build it according to a daily schedule. TFS also provides a rich set of reports, just what your team lead or manager needs to see to determine the progress of the development lifecycle. Version control, also called source control, is a way to track versions of your software. More precisely, it permits you or your team members to track every single revision made to a project. Visual Studio provides all the standard actions for source control, like managing versions, checking in project changes, merging separate code branches and handling code conflicts, checking out new code or rolling back to older versions. Visual Studio works with many source control providers, including Team Foundation Server, Git, and Subversion. Do you have a great idea for a Visual Studio enhancement? If so, you should learn more about the extensibility story. Extensions let you build a plugin for the Visual Studio environment. Your extension is available within the Visual Studio IDE. For example, a spell checker extension examines all the text in a code window for spelling errors. Another popular extension point in Visual Studio is in the NuGet packages. Here you can create a deployable package for your third-party library. Then other developers use NuGet to download your package to use in their application. The cloud is everywhere in modern development. Azure is Microsoft's entry into the cloud services world. There is an Azure Service Project template in Visual Studio, making it simple to build custom controls. Also, there is a publishing tool. With a single click, websites can be deployed to your Azure portal. When you are ready to move beyond Visual Studio, check out the other titles on lynda.com. Here are a few titles available from the catalog that you might find interesting. At the top of the list are two of my latest titles, Building Windows Store Apps Essential Training and Silverlight 5 Essential Training. Further down the list are ASP.NET, C#, SharePoint, and Windows Phone titles. Don't forget, these videos and hundreds of other topics are always available here at lynda.com. So if you need a quick refresher session, you can come back to the site and review the topic again. Once again, I'm Walt Richer. I write about XAML and UI topics on my blog at xamlwonderland.com. You can follow me at Twitter at Walt Richer. You can learn more about my Shazam Pixel Shader utility at shazam-tool.com. I always have something cooking when it comes to .NET, so look me up at the next convention or invite me over to speak at your user group. There's nothing like sharing some tech talk about .NET applications with your friends. Good luck. Now go create something great.